Good morning. Good morning. Today we celebrate Palm Sunday, when Jesus came into Jerusalem on a donkey, when people cut down palm branches and laid them before him, and even took their coats off so that he could ride across them. And they proclaimed, "Hosanna, Hosanna, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." Triumphal entry into Jerusalem. That began the week called Holy Week, a week that would see much of much meaning in many things as the week progressed. Jesus' involvement would change the whole history of the world. First, the history of Palestine, Jerusalem, the Jewish people, and then the history of everyone. So, after the triumphal entry, Jesus began teaching and preaching in the temple. And we see that he angered the Jewish authorities. And they wanted to find a way to put him to death, but they did not have that power. And then he came along and grew angry and upset the money changers in the temple. This brought the interest of the Romans, because now he's messing with the economy. And then Jesus and his disciples ate the Last Supper together, and he instituted communion and the washing of feet. He also proclaimed proclaimed to the disciples that Judas would, well, he didn't call him by name, but he said, "One of you will betray me." And they all said, "Is it I, Lord?" And no, it's not. It's the one who is putting his bread or sop in the broth with me. And Judas was the one doing that. Was a week of teaching. It was a week of momentous events. It is a week that came to a close on Friday, actually, when Jesus was crucified for us to provide the sacrifice for all sin once and for all. Everyone is invited. Everyone is offered the freedom to become children of God. It's a choice that we make. The hymn says, "Once to every man and nation comes the moment to decide in the strife of truth with falsehood for the good or evil side." It ends with, "Truth is ever, wrong is ever on the throne, truth is ever on the scaffold. Yet the scaffold sways the future, and behind the dim unknown standeth God within the shadows, keeping watch above his own." It appears at times that truth, faith, even God himself is defeated, but he is not defeated and will not be defeated. Instead, he absorbs and calls us to absorb also all the evil that could be sprung against us, and in absorbing it, destroy it. Jesus had told his disciples he was going to Jerusalem and what was going to happen here. And yet they weren't prepared for it. And when it did happen, they scattered, all but John. Peter had said, probably the strongest physically of all the disciples, and pretty strong emotionally and mentally. He said to Jesus, even if everyone else denies you, I will not, or forsakes you, I will not. And yet he did 3 times. Jesus forgave him and put him in place to serve. Sorry, people. Jesus sacrificed himself for us and paid the price of sin. Sin, as Paul said, reigned from Adam to Christ, but it reigns no longer. At the right time, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for the ungodly. That's what we remember on Good Friday. We remember Jesus' struggle in the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Gethsemane. Lord, if it is possible, let this cup pass.
Okay.